he posed in the transition, and he really let his body speaks. So for me, you don't have to do the funky chicken to impress me. I'm more Zayn and Makawi, you know. You know, so I would say Makawi is numero uno, and Zayn is by a hair right behind. And the reason why I say these two guys, because even some top pro, I'm not going to mention their name, and a lot of people think they're a great poser, but I can pick them up and I can see some mistake in the positioning, whether it's on your toes, whether it's your knee bent a little bit, whether it's... So the only one that really take perfect score, Frank Zane, Makawi, because you could say perfect, complete. I'll give him like the highest score.
John?
70s, I would go with Ed Corney. Ed Corney was the master poser. He was the one that taught all of us how to pose. And then if we go to 80s, I would say Makawi, because Makawi really came into his own in the 80s, I think. You know, he was competing in the 70s, he was good, but in the 80s, I think he really got good.
I have to answer back that I witnessed Ed Corney, rest in peace. I was in Columbus, Ohio, was at 78 doing the International of the Universe. Yeah. And honestly, he gave me the chill.
Me too.
Know, Ed, rest in peace, is an incredible poser. He is incredible, the way he moves, robotic. But sometimes when I say posing, there is no error in each position, whether it's a three-quarter back shot, whether it's a side tricep. There's absolutely perfect poses. You know what I mean?
Right.
And so based on that, I mean, definitely Corney, he is way, way up there with Zayn and Makawi. That's my opinion. But I would actually give him, if I have to judge them all together, I would put Corney right there as my third.
Okay.
No disrespect.
Would you say Corney had the best transitions?
Who?
Corney. Would you say Ed Corney had the best transitions from pose to pose?
He had incredible transition, because you see the way he moved. You can't fault him. I would say the best transition would be right up there, him and Makawi, and definitely Frank. You know, it's pretty close in the transition department now.
What about the 90s then?
I would say maybe Sean Ray or Lee Labrada. Lee Labrada, Sean Ray. Yeah. I think Lee Labrada.
You know, it's funny. I used to help Lee Labrada back in the days. Did some posing with him.
Wow. I didn't know that.
And you know, the thing is with Lee Labrada, very, very intelligent champion, great physique. He's smart. You know, when Lee, let's say, when you think Lee is good, he personally think he's not good enough. He wants to improve. So Lee's idea, you know, what Lee did with his size and with his, you know, he's not the biggest guy out there, but because he know how to do perspective with poses and how to move, definitely, you know, for me, when I met Lee in the very beginning, he was a good poser. Then we did some posing together when I was in Texas. And then when he moved to California, he was going all the way to Frank Zane. He drove all the way to Palm Springs because he knew he can get that extra improvement from Frank. And you know what? To me, that's a smart guy.
Yeah.
To me, that's a smart guy.
You
know, for example... Go ahead.
I didn't know Lee went to Frank Zane as well as yourself.
Yeah, I didn't either.
Well, that's the truth. I mean, I on the record now, and I'm saying it because I'm aware of it. And so, you know, Labrada is a smart bodybuilder, okay? And, you know, he was a runner-up several times. He almost won in Rimini. And you know what? The elegant of showing it. So, you know, he's masterful with that. You don't catch Lee Labrada. He's standing back, and let's say they have John and me and let's say Albert Beckles on stage. And even in the background, Lee Labrada, he stands prepared, flexing his abs and thigh. He never you never catch him looking like a yo-yo. He doesn't do that.
Right.
So those are the guys that you have to look at. Frank Zane does that. Makawi does that. And I try to do that too. So definitely Lee is a great poser. Yes.
Agree, John?
Oh yeah. I think all these guys took it to another level. I mean, I think McAway learned from Corny, and I think Labrada learned from McAway. So it's like they all did amazing posing. The transitions, and then they started using music. You know, if you go back to Corny's day, they weren't using music back then. But in the 1980s, they started using music with their posing routine. So that, you know, McAway took it to another level because he would use that classical posing or classical music. He would choreograph his routines to that, and it was amazing. I mean, like Samir said, you get chills when you watch McAway or Corny.